Coming into the 2014 Formula Drift season, I was using the same S14 platform that I used the year before. Some of the upgrades that we had done in the off-season were installing a G-Force GSR 4-speed dog box, which would allow us to shift much faster. Another one of the upgrades we did was a Winter's quick change rear end, which would allow us to alter our gearing for different courses to keep us in the power band throughout the course. The first round of Formula Drift is at the streets of Long Beach, which is a very technical track. It's definitely one of my favorites on the circuit. It's lined with walls, start to finish, and it separates the boys from the men. Went out for qualifying, laid down the run, ended up qualifying in 9th place. In top 16, I went up against Dennis Mertzanis. On my lead run, I was able to pull a gap on him. I was performing really well. The car was running strong, and on my follow run, I stuck with him through the entire course. I won this battle. The judges awarded me the win, which put me into the top 8. Going into top 8, I was paired against Mike Essa. Knowing that he was the season champ and one of the really high qualifiers, I put a lot of pressure on myself to do well in this run.
Forrest Wang, Michael Essa, reigning 2013 Formula Drift champion.
Tried to stick with him really close. It was almost too much. I got too close too soon. I had nowhere to go. I decided not to make the collision with him, and I hit the wall. I straightened out a little, and he pulled a gap, which gave him the advantage going into the second run.
Unbelievable angle for Forrest Wang.
For my lead run, I knew I was going to have to lay it all on the line to win. I basically went out, I scraped the wall out of turn 9, but it wasn't enough to phase the champ. I tried harder than I should have because Essa's not really as fast as I thought he was going to be, and I ended up putting myself into the wall.
It takes a good lead run to have a good chase run. And look at that, Michael Essa gets the win. Michael Essa gets the win.
Even though we lost against Mike Essa, we were very happy with the overall outcome of Long Beach. The changes we had made in the off-season made the car much more competitive, and we're looking forward to the rest of the season. After Long Beach, there was a few modifications that had to be done to the car, one of which was installing a new engine with the Brian Crower 3.4-liter stroker kit, which would give us more horsepower and torque. Another was a Wisefab lock kit, allowing me to throw super massive angle drifts that I like to do. Going into qualifying, it poured rain, leaving standing water on the track. I'm very comfortable in these conditions. I went out, laid down a sick run, and landed that #1 qualifying spot. Against Daigo Saito, I laid down a solid lead run. On my chase run, he created a gap coming down the hill after the keyhole, which in the judges' eyes was enough to give him the win. Even though we didn't advance, there's no shame in losing to Daigo Saito. We're very pleased with our performance in getting that #1 qualifying spot. It solidified that we're a force to be reckoned with.
As we fly to Las Vegas in the Kidnuts Laboratory 2JZ S14, here's Forrest Wang!
Coming to Miami, it was a new venue, which basically evens the playing field for all the drivers. Going into qualifying, I had my line dialed in. During my run, I felt I had accomplished what the judges were asking for, placing me in the 5th position. Going against the rookie Jeff Stoneback for top 16, we were confident that we were going to be able to get the win. On my lead run, I laid down a great qualifying line. After being stretched off the line before the first turn, we knew that we needed to get more grip out of the car. We also learned to never underestimate an opponent, no matter what his experience. Coming into round 4 at New Jersey, after crashing hard last year, putting me out of the competition, I knew this would be a hard track for me. For top 16, I was looking forward to going up against one of the toughest competitors in the series, Frederick Osbo. On my chase run, I had great proximity and stuck with him through the entire course.
Osbo slowing down quite a bit. Great composure by Wang. I mean, he salvaged both their cars.
On my lead run, everything was going according to plan until the last turn where I noticed my car was losing a lot of power. I struggled to drift through the last turn, which gave him a slight advantage, and the judges awarded him the win.
Andy Yan likes him, so does Ryan and Brian. It's unanimous. Frederick Osbo, the Norwegian Hammer, advances on to the Great Eight.